Hey, Seth Apter.
Hey, Kristen Williams, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I am doing fine, even better now that I'm with you.
Oh, I know, we hadn't been in person in a while. We had some
It's been
fun
too long.
Zooms. It's been way too long, way too long. And for everybody, I'm Kristen Williams. I'm the owner of Ephemera Paducah, an art store and workshop space in Paducah, Kentucky. And Seth, where are you, for those who may not know?
I'm in New York City, sitting in my studio slash home right now.
Awesome. I love that studio. That looks just fantastic. And I'm talking to you. Your class has sold out for next year. It sold out in a New York minute, literally. And we've got a wait list for it. And I think the wait list is almost full, and the wait list has about 20 people on it. So sadly, it's unlikely anyone else will get in your class, and you've got other opportunities next year for in person. Do people have a place to go if they want to take a class from you?
I am teaching relatively lightly next year,
Yeah.
but I definitely have some spaces in some classes, and there'll
Great.
be some classes toward the end of the year that haven't even been announced yet.
Okay, so how do people find out about that from you? Follow your newsletter or Facebook? What's the best way?
Probably best thing to do is go to sethapter.com,
Okay.
and there is a online workshop link which will be
Great.
updated, and an in-person workshop link which will be updated as needed.
Okay, good, because we want those people to be able to take from you if they want to. And
We do.
the more people who take art and craft workshops, the better for all of us. So yes, support everybody. But you have been here. You have a unique perspective. You have been here a number of times. You were here for Stencil Girl and Friends. You were here by yourself the first time. You've been here for we had a little mini retreat with some friends. So what before you ever came to Paducah, what surprised you about our community when you arrived?
A lot. Oh, well, let me put it this way. This was the first, when I visited you the first time, it was my first time in Kentucky.
Oh, ever. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Ever. So, I just did not have a sense of what it would be like at all. I really truly did not have a preconceived notion, because I just don't think about those things, like what it's
Yeah.
going to be like. I just show up,
Yeah.
and I was amazed.
Amazed. Wow. Yeah.
No, I really was, for several reasons. One, because I always lead, because you leave it out sometimes, that Paducah is a UNESCO creative
Oh, it is.
city,
Yeah.
right?
We value the
So
arts.
just
Yes.
the fact that it has that designation, it means there's something going on there. So there's, in my head, I kind of divide Paducah up into two areas,
Mm-hmm.
and has nothing to do with the reality of Paducah. So anyone who knows it or is going there, like, ignore everything I say. But your shop is in an area where it's dotted with some amazing things. So, for example, you have an art school literally across the street,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the by, if anyone can break in there while they're there, it is amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Architecture. It's just very industrial and cool.
Yeah.
But more than that, there's like other artist studios, there's bakeries, there's shops. But it's like next to people who live there. So it's a really interesting area, unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when I visit places, residential areas don't have these kinds of things in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And then you have this amazing downtown, which I just love to go to. I have been to so many cities, I'm not naming names,
Mm-hmm.
where they'll say, like, a teacher will say, let's go to lunch downtown, and literally downtown is a block long. And I am almost not exaggerating.
Yeah.
You have a lot there. It's just very cool. It's got great restaurants. You have the Quilt Museum. I mean, you're also like a destination for quilters year round.
Oh yeah, Hancock's fabrics. Oh my gosh,
the water, and there's a lot to be had there. And then you have this sort of cool I don't really know the lingo of it. It's like the dam on the water with the wall, and
Oh, the
want to
flood
tell
wall.
people what I'm
Yeah,
talking
the flood
about?
wall downtown in the
Yeah, yeah,
murals. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So the flood
Yeah.
wall downtown is filled with mural. I mean, it's just really unexpected this to me. And then I should also add that when you said you have, I forgot what you said. I think you said it's an art store. You
Uh-huh.
when
Yeah.
you turn toward your place. Ephemera Paducah is like no other art store I've been to. I just want to
Oh,
add
wow.
that because it's like an art store and more, and the and more is the key part. Not putting down any other shops, and there are other shops who also do what you do, but um, it's not just a shop that has like the craft supplies and the art supplies that you can get anywhere. I would say a good half, and maybe it's different because I haven't been in a while. Of what's in Kristen's place are one-offs. I mean, I feel like an advertisement for her, but anyone who is thinking about going should go
Yeah.
because there's all these old vintage everything, like really unique, one of a kind antiques and metal cases and letraset letters and
Oh, yeah,
wallpaper.
yeah.
And I mean, it's just endless. It's
I
just
love
really, really cool.
junking.
And
I
that's the
do. I
kind of
love
shop that I
finding
like
that
to go
stuff.
to. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Seth.
I've been there with her junking. She does love junking.
Oh, we
So
do.
yeah,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
special place.
We went on the 400-mile yard sale, didn't we? Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was hot. It was so
And we
hot.
made it 399 miles.
I think we did. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, can I say one more thing? And I'm actually, oh, it was boiling. I'm actually hoping to get paid by Paducah, city of Paducah, because I'm
I'm on
definitely
the Convention
advertising.
and Visitors
But
Bureau
there is,
board. So yeah.
so
Yeah.
see what you can do. So I
Okay.
just also want to throw out that there is, now I'm from New York City, people, okay? You can get anything you want in New York City, including the best food in the world. I want to tell you, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten in is in Paducah, Kentucky. It's the Freight House. It's the chef and the owner is a woman named Sarah, who many of you probably know, but don't know that you know. But she was
Oh
on
yeah.
Top Chef a few seasons back. And I don't know if I should give away the for somebody
Oh
who
yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
watched it. I'm not going to tell you where she placed, but she did good.
She
And
did
this
really well.
food,
Yeah.
hands down, was phenomenal. I will tell you that I have had the best fried chicken I've ever eaten in my entire life
Oh
at the
yeah.
Freight
Yeah.
House for
That is,
that
she
special
does
lunch.
make. Oh, we had,
Yeah.
yeah, and she will do special things for me, and I'm hoping we get to revisit that in July. So we're working on that. But yeah, and Chef Sarah is amazing, and she is, and people, and she's there in the restaurant. So like when you go,
Mm.
she's going to come by your table and say hi and make sure you're enjoying your food. I saw her whip up a very special dessert for you one night. She promised you would not get fruit for
Yes.
dessert.
Yeah, she did. It was quite special and delicious.
She's good. She's good. So we've got some great instructors next year, and we've got availability in Michael Deming's class, Jody Alexander, Tiffany Goff Smith, Jody Ohl, Carolyn Doobie. We've got a lot of folks that you're familiar with. And so if
Yeah.
someone's contemplating other classes next year, what can you tell them about their class experience, do you think?
Class experience is really good. I mean, Kristen really knows what she's doing. So the setup is really nice. She is in the what I kind of call the front room, so you can see the windows out to the street.
Mm-hmm.
If you just go through a doorway that you can't quite see on camera, but it's just a doorway, you'll enter into the workshop space. You can just turn it just a little bit. There's the door. Oh, we're getting a tour. Wow,
Well, why
this is
not?
more than I
Why
bargained
not?
for.
I don't have
Why
people
not?
in here yet this morning. So yeah.
Okay.
So here's the
So it
workshop
opens up
space.
into this really great space, which has just a lot of light, a lot of room. Am I correct in assuming, because I haven't been there in 2 years, that you still have the big projector?
I do. Oh yeah, when you
So
and
there's
Mary
that.
Beth taught, I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that massive screen, so you can be sitting comfortably and watch the demos, and you can kind of see everything close up the whole time, which is great. Now, you're walking really fast past all those little curtains before
Oh
you go
yeah, that's the
outside.
magic curtains. Here's the
The
patio
magic curtain.
too.
So she just has a ton of supplies, which she's very generous for. And then she has this amazing backyard enclosed, not roof enclosed, wall enclosed patio with tables and chairs. So you can go out there and eat, you can go out there and work. If there's like a wet thing, like a dye class,
Something stinky, we
Kristen
go
has it there.
outside. Oh yeah.
Something stanky. And then also, because this is not like planned, guys, you listening.
We're
So
just
I'm
walking
saying
around, yeah.
things I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but on the level above in the same
Oh yeah,
building, there's also what I think of as like a swanky hotel. So
yeah.
there have been times when Kristen has, rented that out to students. It's also available if you just want to have your own little retreat, but it's really, really nice. It's a
Yeah, the
bunch of
loft.
bedrooms, the
Yeah.
loft, yeah. So it's just like a special kind of, like, I almost think of it almost like a creative village, because there's
I like
so
that.
many
Yeah.
little components to it. It's not just one big room where everything is. You just get so much. And
Well,
she's really,
yeah.
I really feel this way. You're hands down, I can say this vocally and out loud. You are one of a handful of my favorite shops slash
Thank
shop
you.
owners.
Thank you. Thank you.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Well, you're easy to host. That's for damn sure. So I appreciate all that, and I encourage you. Sorry, we if Seth could teach 20 times in a row, I think we'd fill it each time. Oh, that's what we're gonna make. Oh, that is cruel, but that
Yeah.
is fantastic. So tell us, yeah, tell us a little bit about the class for those who are
Okay,
coming.
just
Yeah,
briefly.
yeah,
So it's called Found and Gathered, and this was made
great
during
name.
the pandemic. And the idea is, again, there's the idea of found objects and gathering elements for your work, but at the same time, the whole concept of, I was thinking this would be a class I want to teach after the pandemic settles a bit, where we
Yeah.
could all be together and gather together. So this is just about creating in your own style, because your
Oh,
style might be different than my style, um, sort of bits and pieces and elements. So there are books. This one's more or less a fabric book.
oh,
So we'll be
that's just
working on the fabrics. We'll
luscious.
be
Look at you
doing
stitching. Oh my
hand
goodness.
stitching, yes, making pockets,
Everybody loves a pocket.
using yeah, and like lots of danglies, because I'm all
Yeah.
about anything that dangles. And then also just working on things. So this is just a chunk of a book cover. Like, make that your art. You don't need a fancy panel
Uh-uh.
or watercolor paper. You can work on anything. Could be a cereal box. So it's a
Oh yeah.
series of just different books, and single sheets, and it's all jelly plating and embossing and painting and mark making and stitching and
Oh
using fabric and
yeah.
fiber, and making just some fun, really fun
Oh wow. Look at that.
things.
Oh, I love that.
So I won't, and it's kind of endless.
It
So
is.
I won't
Yeah.
tease anymore.
Well,
Um,
but for folks, I mean, you're gonna we're launching this class, is that right? And then, but it'll be available in some other places as well.
well, as of this very moment, and this could
Uh-huh.
change, but as of
Yeah,
this very
sure.
moment, you are the only venue that has this class for 2022.
Now the pressure. Oh my God. I
It's
love it.
not only a debut, it's an exclusive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm honored. I'm honored. And yeah, and we're gonna gather and find and do some cool stuff while you're in town for that
Yeah.
class too. So
Yeah.
I like what I like what you said about Paducah is, people are into experiences these days, and it's not like you're part of the reason I started this is I loved retreats because I loved the variety of classes you could take, and I still love a good retreat. But I also like the experience of it reminds me of my days back in economic development when I traveled so much and you would visit a city, but
Mhm.
all you saw was the hotel room and the hotel conference room, and you didn't get to
Right.
experience. So we try to build in time so you can get out and experience some of the cool factor of Paducah as well,
Yeah.
and get reservations at the Freight House for sure. That is just a lovely, lovely food experience. It's farm to table, very fresh. And it's just, she's got a remarkable, we went there the other night and I had all I wanted was dessert. We had been singing. So I had a hot toddy and then I had some apple crisp that had caramel and sage drizzled on top. Sage infused caramel or something. Sounds weird. And then ice cream, of course, and some weird ice cream, but it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, Sarah knows what she's doing. And isn't her mom the pastry chef?
She was I think she has a new pastry chef. Bibi had retired, and then she brought her back in and helped Sarah get going. But she's there a lot too. Sarah just had her second child, so we saw them there a lot.
Aw.
So yeah, she got another little girl. Yeah.
So you guys out there, just Kristen and I are going to have like a 10-minute conversation about just stuff like this that has nothing to do with art or creativity or workshops. Hang in there. We'll get back. We'll get back to the thing of but I do want to just say one thing. You mentioned experiences, and I do think that going back to the world as some people are now, I do think that things are, obviously things are different, but I think the workshop world will be different. And I will tell you that experience is exactly sort of the model that I'm using for all my workshops. So all my workshops, maybe even the ones that are one day, which is hard to do this, I do want some level of experience that makes it separate from just working in the studio. And that could be going out to a shop, that could be going to an antique store, it could be going to a restaurant. It's just something that brings you outside the class, gathering together as people again, and experiencing where you are at.
Yeah.
So that's what you can expect from me for anywhere you go from now on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have people banging on the door here. Oh wait, no, she's working across the street. We're good. Okay, we've got like just a few minutes left, Seth, and I want to tell you thank you so much for all the kind words, and I encourage you to get some other workshops because we've got a huge demand. But do what you need to do. And I can't wait to host you and see you again, my friend. Oh, and how do you get, so one thing I'm mentioning in these videos is, how do you get to Paducah when you get here, when you come?
Okay, so I have always flown into St. Louis and driven from St. Louis. Now that's only one option. And I will tell you in all honesty, the reason why I do that is because I've been very lucky to have my buddy Mary Beth, who lives in St. Louis, drive down with me.
And drive you down,
almost every time.
I think so too.
But there is it Lexington is the other option? Is Lexington?
No. So you've got so Paducah. We are served by United Airlines. We have 2 flights a day in Paducah. We have commercial air service, and you fly in and out of Chicago. And then Nashville is, to me, a little easier than St. Louis. It's a little closer. St. Louis is 2.5 hours away. Nashville is 2 hours away, and it's a straight shot up Interstate 24. Louisville is about 3 hours away, 3.5, and Memphis, Tennessee is 3 hours away. So a lot of people drive here because we're so centrally located. But we do have, for those of you who are coming in and it's too far to drive, we do have air service, and there's good air. We just have United in Paducah, but of course, St. Louis and Nashville are served by many more carriers like Southwest and Delta and American, and whatever brand you're loyal to. So, but yeah, you get here pretty quickly from New York. It seems like you get some good flights.
It's a relatively short flight, and I'm a Delta guy, so
there you go.
That works well
for you
for St. Louis.
Right. So are you ready for that? So every one of these interviews I'm doing for my teachers for next year, I have a flash round of questions, personal questions. Are you ready?
And these were not shared in advance.
These were not shared in advance. Really don't know.
Am I ready? Okay. I don't know. Am I ready?
Ready? What was your first job?
Scooping ice cream at Baskin Robbins in the mall.
What was your favorite flavor?
Cherry. It wasn't Cherry Garcia. That's another brand. I think it was. Oh no, it was Jamocha almond fudge. Jamocha almond fudge. I forgot about that.
That was good. Did you have a make-believe friend when you were a little boy?
Did not. I'm sorry. I know, no judgment for those of you who did. I did not.
All right, so I won't ask what his or her name was. Who's your celebrity crush?
Okay. So, of course, I'm blanking on her name. It is Charlize Theron.
Charlize, they're interesting.
But it's Charlize. What were you going to say? Who'd you think?
I would think you were more a brunette fan than a blonde fan, but I don't know why.
Oh, I'm a bald fan because I like her circa Mad Max. I fell in love with her in Mad Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
A strong, strong woman who's confident and is a helper. I mean,
It
what
doesn't
could be
have
better than
hair.
that?
Wow,
Doesn't
that's
have
the best
hair.
answer yet.
Okay, it's a
Oh,
little specific, but
yep. She's a little freaked out now. Blocking him on
I'm
Facebook.
being
Um,
honest here.
I love it. All right. What is the art supply that you rarely reach for?
Ooh, twist. Um, oh no, I might be stumped. I'm looking around to see what I have here, but I never use. Oh, okay. I used to use this like it was going out of business, acrylic glazing liquid,
liquid. Okay.
which is like a paint retarder and it
Yeah.
turns things into glazes. And I literally have not used this. It's been sitting here for probably about 4 years.
Good morning, Val. Say hi to Seth.
Val.
Acrylic glazing liquid. You haven't used it in years. Interesting. All right. And what
No,
is your?
go ahead.
Huh? Go ahead.
No, I was
What
going to say,
is
I need
your?
to get it off the shelf.
Get it off the shelf, don't it? And what is your
Yeah.
current most reached for art supply?
Oh, I'm going to
It can
say
be
2.
yours. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to say paper artsy paint. And I am going to say the Stabilo all pencil, because
I
I
know.
literally think if I don't use paint in a collage, there's probably literally not a work I've made in the last year and a half or so that doesn't have some pencil in it.
And you use all the colors or just black?
I use black, I use white, I use orange, I use red, and I use brown. And
They
I know
are
there's a
so
few
good.
others, but I love them.
There's a blue, but I think you use them all. Yeah.
This is proof. Look how
Oh
little
my
these are now.
goodness. Look at that. They're
I
down to
mean,
the nubs.
yeah.
Santa Claus, bring Seth some Stabilo alls. Yes.
Yeah. That was a good question though, which one I don't go to.
Yeah. I'm like yeah. It's
What about
interesting.
you? What don't you go to?
I have never don't use oil paints unless I'm doing cold wax. And
Okay.
I've never been an oil painter. I don't think I've ever painted anything with oil paint. But it
I
was
haven't
nice.
either.
This week we're having our makers holiday escape. So we're open every day this week and people are coming in and creating. We've got little mini workshops. So we pulled out rubber stamps, all my Christmas stamps yesterday. I used to be this hugely prolific rubber stamper. And it was so nice to use some old friends. I haven't used them a lot. I mean, I
Oh
have like 3 or
yeah.
4 in my box that I use over and over, but it was like, oh, I
Right.
love this one. I love this one. So that's what I did. Well, Seth, I've got another call coming up. I'm not going to take any more of your time. And obviously, we're opening up, but we cannot wait to see you. We love you and just so excited, and have a wonderful holiday season. Okay.
Thank Kristen. I wish you the same for you and everybody out there who's listening. Thank you for listening and be safe and
Yes.
have a great, great holiday. And I'll see you all somewhere soon.
Sounds soon. All right. I'm going to stop this recording. Stop.